People, we need to change. Well, I need to change. I keep doing these videos talking about what we need to do as a society. But maybe my approach has been completely wrong. Maybe what I should be doing is asking you why, asking you questions. Why do we accept these things to be our reality? Why do we accept that if you're not super rich, that your voice doesn't matter in society? Why do we accept that if you're not born in to a family that's slightly a bit more well off, that you're doomed to live a life always struggling to survive, always one heartbeat away from poverty? Why do we accept that? Why do we accept that it's okay for employers to fuck us over constantly? Over what? Fucking $12.50 an hour? $10 an hour? $9 an hour? $7.50 an hour? Why do we accept that? Why do we accept the bullshit on the media, on TV? Talking about Kim fucking Kardashian. Who gives a fuck about that? Why do we accept that it's okay for a police officer to see a black man just driving, to pull him out of his car and stop him and search him? Why do we accept these things? Why do we accept that it's okay to hate somebody just because they were born a little bit darker? Maybe because they're homosexual. Maybe because they don't believe the same things that we believe in. Why do we accept these things? Why do we vote for people who freaking lie to us? Why do we vote for people who promote hate, who tell you it's the immigrants' fault why your life sucks? It's gay people's fault why your life sucks. Why do we vote for people who just insist on scaring the shit out of us? ISIS is coming, Al-Qaeda is coming, Muslims are evil, Christians are being persecuted, all of this bullshit. Why do we accept this? Why don't we stand up like men and women, like people? And why don't we put somebody in there that's going to stand for us for a change? Why? Why does Hillary Clinton or any freaking Republican have even one person calling themselves their supporters? Why? When these people do not represent us. They represent their own interests. Has anybody ever stopped to wonder why Hillary Clinton wants to be president? Why? You've already accomplished so much. Why does she want it so bad? Just greed. Lust for power. She wants to be the queen of the old boys club. This is not a fucking game. People are suffering. This immigration thing is no fucking joke. Imagine if you were in that situation and you were afraid that, if you go to school today, you don't know if you're going to come back and your mom and dad are going to be there. Imagine that. Because the government's going to come and scoop your parents up. And you don't know anything else. You were born here. But your parents weren't. Imagine living that kind of life. Imagine you're in love with somebody. And you've been with them for years. And you go to an office to get married. And one fucking judgmental asshole person says, no, you can't. And you just have to take that. Imagine being a black man in the USA. And no matter what you accomplish, no matter how hard you work in school, no matter how hard you work at, sports or whatever, a cop sees you as just another nigger. Somebody who they can kill, and it won't matter. Nobody will care. Imagine that. Now imagine you're somebody making minimum wage, struggling to survive. You have a kid and you have to be paying $250 a week for daycare when you're only taking home $2,000 or maybe only $1,000 a month after taxes. This is what people are living with. Imagine being sick and getting a letter saying that your treatment is not medically necessary. Imagine being a college kid who just spent all of your time in school. You did everything right. No, you're getting harassed by calls saying you owe $50, $60, $80,000. And they want to set up a payment to work with you of $400 or $500 a month when you still can't get a job. These are the issues. And there's only one freaking person that's fighting for this, that has been fighting for these issues. There's one person on our side. One. And are we going to be dumb enough to sit back and do nothing? To just accept the same old bullshit that we've been fed? Are we really going to take that again? Do we really want another President Obama that's going to go up there, promise a bunch of change, and do nothing? Why? Because he wants to work within the system. He wants to elect the smart Timothy Geithners and all of these assholes who don't give a shit about poor people, who've never had to struggle a day in their lives, who don't know what it's like to be worrying if you come home, if you're going to be even able to turn the key in your lock because your landlord changed it. Because you haven't paid rent because you can't afford it. Because you had to choose between eating this week or making up the little extra to pay rent. And you're just hoping that you'll get through till next week when you get paid, so that way you can pay the rent that you owed so he doesn't kick you out. They don't know that life. There's only one person fighting to end this. Give up the freaking racism. Give up the freaking fear. Stop buying into the bullshit, the division. Seeing other people as if they're less than you. We're all in this struggle together and we need to fight back. And we need to get out there and fight for the one person that's going to make a difference. And alright, you want to call Bernie a socialist? I don't have any freaking time for your ideology right now. These are real issues and there's one person with a solution. We need to fight back. And we cannot accept this. Not now. Not this time. There's not going to be a later. There's not going to be a next time. This is it. We stand and we fight now, or we shut the fuck up and perish together. And climate change is not a joke issue. It's not a hoax. It's not a flat earth conspiracy. It's a real thing. You remember the Arab Spring that happened all over? You know what caused that? Droughts, food shortages, water shortages, because of climate change. This is not a fucking game. These issues are serious. And we need to get serious and stop bullshitting around about this. The media talking about freaking Biden. Who gives a fuck about Biden? Get out there, man. Like, I'm no joke anymore, man. This is not a freaking game. Get out there. It's time to change this society. It's time to change the world. And I'm not asking for anything big. All I'm asking for is to say the name Bernie Sanders to somebody. Just do that. Do your part. And you know what? We're going to win this thing. Because we're done. We're done with this bullshit. We're done voting for somebody because they're black, or we're done voting for somebody because they're Christian, or we're done voting for somebody because they're a nice person, or we're done voting for somebody because they're somebody we can drink a beer with, or we're done voting for somebody because she's a woman. We're done with this bullshit. We're voting on the issues. We're voting for survival. We're voting for Bernie Sanders. And I don't care, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, if you try to shut Bernie Sanders down, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, we are voting for Bernie Sanders. We don't want Hillary. We don't want Biden. We don't want the Republican clown car. We want Bernie Sanders. Feel the burn.